Good day. So in this video, I'll be explaining how to use Prime Market Terminal. So if you're a Prime Market Terminal and you want a few tips, or you're someone who is looking to get Prime Market Terminal and you want to see some of the features and how to navigate it and whatever, this video is perfect for you. So Prime Market Terminal, if you don't know, it's an institutional grade tool that is perfect for macro traders. So if you like to incorporate macro with your trading, Prime Market Terminal is the perfect tool. It's the best tool for retail traders. It has every single thing you could want as a retail trader as it relates to macro. It basically just aggregates a bunch of data from positioning, market pricing, economic data, research, recaps and all of those stuff, and just hands it to you to analyze and create your own analysis and all of that stuff. So that is basically what Prime Market Terminal is. And what you're looking at right now is my own custom page. So one thing I like about Prime Market Terminal, you can really customize it to your own liking. You can see someone else using Prime Market Terminal and it looks completely different from this. So with Prime Market Terminal, you can customize it to your own liking, and that's what I'll be showing you in this video. So with my page, it basically just has everything that I need. So you're currently looking at the economic data page. We have economic calendar. We have my mood board where I put my trade ideas. We have asset managers positioning, currency trends. So it shows how currencies have been trading in the past 7 days. We have interest rate pricing, market recaps. We have a real-time news tracker and all of that stuff. So that is just how I personally use Prime Market Terminal and all the features that I use, but you can customize this and add whatever you want. So let's get into how you do this. So first of all, you want to click this right here at the top, which it says template. You just right click this right here and you'll see a pop-up. So here are some of my personal different templates that I have, but we'll be creating a brand new template. What we'll do, we'll just create a brand new template here. So you click the create new option and then you see template name, and we'll name this, and I'll name it YouTube. And you have no grid or fixed grid. I like to use fixed grid. You want to select this single one right here, and the widget gap is 1 pixel. So, and then you just click save, and just like that, you have a brand new template. As you can see, everything is blank. There's nothing on this page, and it's for you to customize and add to your liking and create whatever you want. So now that we have the blank page, you can see that there's an add new widget option here. You want to click this, and first you want to click tab. So this is the first thing that you want to add. It's non-negotiable. It's what you must add, right? So you click tab and then you select tab menu right here. And we have the option select menu position. You have top or bottom. So we want to put it on the top. So we just put top and add to dashboard. And what you can see is that now there is a plus sign. And this is where all your tabs will be, all your custom tabs, your layout and whatever will be. So we'll just add one tab first, just for example. So you just click this plus sign right here and we'll name this first tab COT, right? So we'll be analyzing some COT data on this tab, and you have the grid layout. So you can see that you have single grid, you have double where it can set one grid is horizontally adjacent to the other, then you have the other grid which is vertically adjacent to the other. You have a 3x3 grid, you have 4x4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. So you can create a lot of grids here. But for a COT, we're going to create a 4 grid layout, right? So just a normal 4x4 matrix, sorry, a 2x2 matrix. So this you would select 4 and this grid right here. And then the widget gap, this is just the gap between the widgets. So we'll select 1 pixel because we don't want any wide spaces. So you name your tab, you select what you want it to be. I select a 2x2 matrix, which is 4 right here, and then the widget gap, which is 1 pixel. Then you click save, and just like that, you have a brand new layout for a COT where you can add, as you can see, 4 different widgets here on one single page. So just for this example, we'll just be adding 2 widgets in each of these so you can see what you can do. And by the way, you can resize this, which is important. So you can hold shift and then move this around. So if you want it to look like this, you can make it look like this. Then you can resize it here. You can basically move this around to your own custom liking. So let's put that back in the middle there. Now, to add some COT data, you just click add new widget and you have a bunch of options. So this is basically all the features of Primarkey Terminal, and inside these you have more features. So for instance, you have COT, you can click COT and then you have different types of COT data. This is what we're looking for. You can click macro, you have different type of macro that you can analyze. We have dumb money index, you have different type of dumb money index. So we'll be using COT. So instead of searching, you can just type here COT and then you have your COT history chart right here. So we'll just add this right here and then you have your settings. So let's say we want to analyze asset managers positioning for the United States dollar. So we'll under symbol, we'll click United States dollar. The chart data, we want net percent, and then we select asset managers. Duration, this is just how long the time frame will be. So do you want to see 1 year of historical data, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or all? We'll just look at 3 for simplicity. And then you have the option to choose an area chart or a bar chart. I personally like to use the area chart. And then you just click add to dashboard. And just like that, you have your USD asset managers positioning, so you can see how institutional money is positioning on the USD, and you get the idea. We can just do this for essentially all other currency we want. So let's say we want to look at the pound, but this time we want to maybe look at leverage funds. So you just type COT again, you click the COT history chart, we'll select the pound, net percent. We're going to look at leverage fund this time, same 3 year, and we're going to select a bar chart just so you can see the bar chart, and then add to chart. And now you can see that we have the Great British Pound positioning by leverage funds, right? So you get the idea. So we can do that here. You can mess around. You have a lot of settings. You can set whatever you want. And the historical data is not even the only thing you can look at. We can look at something else, like, better yet, I want to show you a template that I made for asset managers where I analyze it in detail. So this is a custom template that I made where I can analyze the US dollar, the Japanese yen, the British pound, and the Australian dollar in detail. So here we have the asset managers positioning showing on a bar chart. We have open interest, and then we have the table, and you can see that there's just a lot of detail here. So you can create this custom template like what you see here and analyze COT data in detail. But we'll go back to the template right here. We'll select YouTube. Just like that, we're back on the template again. So again, you can just add whatever you want. The table that you just saw in the example, it's this right here, COT data table. So I just added this. You can add USD asset managers and then click add. And as you can see here, there's a table right here, which is showing just a lot of details such as open interest, the spreading change, total position, just a bunch of stuff. So you can basically do that, and that's just COT. And as mentioned, you can create whatever template, whatever grid layout you want, anything. So that's COT. So let's say we want to analyze some currency trend, right? So for currency trend, I'm going to select, just for example, I'm going to select a 3 grid layout. And for this 3 grid layout, I want it to look like this. So 2 at the top and 1 long horizontal one. And this will be currency trends. And then we select our 1 pixel widget gap. And as you can see, we have a layout right here with 1 here, and another one here. And then add widget again. This time we're looking at currency trend. So I think this is trend, currency trend right here. So you can click currency trend and select the interval that you want. So we look at 7 days and add to dashboard. That's all it is. And now, as you can see, we're seeing all of the major currencies their trend in the past 7 days. So if this is jumbled, you don't trade the New Zealand dollar, the Canadian dollar, the Swiss franc, or the euro, you can just remove these and only look at what you trade. So you can see that in the past 7 days, this has been the trend of these currencies. And then you can add another widget here. Again, you can add something like this again, but this interval would be 30 days. And then you just click add to dashboard again, and it's the same thing. You just adjust it to your liking, so you can remove euro, Swiss franc, Canadian dollar, and New Zealand dollar. And now, instead of showing the trend over the past 7 days, you're seeing the trend of these currencies over the past 30 days. So you can see that over the past 7 days, the Australian dollar has been the strongest, and over the past 30 days, the Australian dollar has still been the strongest. Over the past 30 days, the yen has been the weakest, while over the past 7 days, the Great British Pound has been the weakest. So you can just come in here and do whatever analysis you like, and you get the idea. You can just rinse and repeat this process, explore the features, and create whatever you want. So we'll create a new tab again, and this we'll just name, I don't know, I'll just name this test, and I'll do a 1 tab layout with the same 1 pixel widget gap. And here we have a new tab again called test, and you can just add a widget here, and there's just a bunch of features. We can just explore some now. I haven't even gone through all of these features as yet, so there's just a lot of stuff. So you have news, we have real-time news ticker here, event calendar, single currency, news sentiment, the week ahead. We have a news dashboard, event countdown, macro briefing. I mean, there's just so much stuff that you can add. Let's look at the news dashboard here. As mentioned, I haven't even looked at most of these features yet. Like this, I've never even seen this. There's so many features in the software that you'll actually go crazy try to use all of them. So you can see that this is the news dashboard where you can come and just look at what's popping, you know, what's trending in the news or whatever. You have these different, you have Forex right here that you can look at. You have energy. So if you trade oil, you have economic news and all of that stuff right here. So you can see that you have everything. I haven't even used this feature. There's so many features, you'll never cover all of them. So you have an article right here where you can read. You have another one here where you can read. So you get the gist. You can just come here and do whatever you want. Let's create a new tab again, and this time we'll create a 2x2 tab and name this test 2, because we're just exploring here. Add the 1 pixel widget gap. And now we have 2. We can add another widget. Let's see what we're gonna have. Seasonality. This is something that I used to use but I no longer use. So you can look at seasonality, futures, can add this here, Australian dollar, and add, and you can see the seasonality for the Australian dollar on a 5, 10-year and 15-year basis. So I think this is an average reading. So you can see that we're currently here, and seasonally it is a good time for the Australian dollar based on this reading. So in the past 5 years, 10 years and 15 years, it shows a positive trend at this time for the Australian dollar. And you can just do the same thing, add something else again. So we can come here, seasonality futures, and look at the US dollar, add to dashboard, and we can look at the seasonal performance for US dollar. So you can see that on a 10-year basis right here, and this is what, this is September or October, is a very good month for the dollar from a seasonal perspective. So you can just use this to incorporate with your trading idea, and I think you get the gist. You just add, select a layout, whatever grid layout you want. You can select 24. I don't know who would use this. I've never even looked at this, but you get the gist. You can select this and just add a bunch of other stuff. Let's go back to something else, test 4, and we'll add a single grid layout here, save. And yeah, you can just explore whatever features you want. There's just a lot of features, a lot of stuff you can use, a lot of stuff you can go through. But because I'm someone who personally, I don't like to overcomplicate trading, so instead of using every single one of these features, I just use the features that I think I might like and may provide a lot of value for my trading. So that's how I basically use this. I don't try to use everything, because if you use everything, you're just going to get overwhelmed, right? So here is the Citi Economic Surprise Index for the US. You can look at this right here to see how the economic data in a particular country has been surprising, and you can see that since the 25th of June, the economic data in the US has really begun to surprise to the upside, and this usually means a positive correlation in the dollar, because if there has been a lot of positive economic surprise in a particular country, that means the currency is likely to go up. And if you look at this and compare to the correlation with the dollar, you will probably see a very strong correlation most of the time. So this is just another feature of hundreds of features that you can use in this software. So this is essentially how I use Prime Market Terminal to create my layouts and so forth. So whenever you see me using Prime Market Terminal and I'm in my main, which I use most of the time, that's essentially how I created my layout here with news, recap, interest rate pricing, asset managers, my mood board, and everything. That process that I just showed you, that's how I essentially created everything. So yeah, that's just a quick little walkthrough and some tips and stuff that you can do to create your own custom dashboard in Prime Market Terminal to suit your personal trading, your personal strategy. So if you're interested in Prime Market Terminal, you can check the link in the description to get a copy of this tool. It's really amazing. If you use macro, as you can clearly see, it's good, it's really good. So yeah, that's about it for the video today. Peace and trade safe.